look at what research shows us about what a good differentiated classroom looks like in practice. Okay, number one, when you walk into it, it may look disorganized and chaotic. But when you talk to the students, it is clear that students know what to do and that there is clear organization. There's very few classes in the world where students sit in a neat row, put their fingers on their lips, and do nothing except listen to the teacher. That is a differentiated classroom. Number two, there's a variety of resources, audio and visual, okay? And there's a number of reading levels, meaning that you know what the reading levels are of your students, and you've given them the opportunity to read at their reading level. Or why do we need to apply formative assessment in the class? Why do we need to differentiate? Well, in the late 1800s and early 1900s, an educationist by the name of Lev Vygotsky came up with a concept called the zone of proximal development. And what it really was is something that he created and came up with at that point, but something that we're still using right now. So what it is the zone in between two very important points for you as a teacher and for the learner as a person. That is, where is the student currently? What can they do right now? Okay, and where would you like students to be based on your best understanding of them? Okay, and this space in between the place where a student is currently and where you predict for them to be based on what you know about them is what we commonly call differentiation. So this is where interventions and strategies and scaffolding takes place. And actually one of the best scaffolding and intervention strategies that one could use as a teacher is formative assessment. Okay, and formative assessment is an essential part because what it is a thermometer in your classroom. What do I mean by that? It's to check the temperature of the learning process. And it's something that tells you whether students are learning, whether they're getting it, whether they fully understand it, whether they're able to apply their knowledge, whether they're able to move on, or whether you need to go back. Number one, it's the use of varied assessment strategies. Number two, it's making sure that you give, as a teacher, you give effective feedback and adaptation. Number three, active involvement and partnership with students. Guys, I can't stress this enough. As a teacher who practices differentiation and uses formative assessment effectively is when you are in partnership with the student. It's not the relationship where I will tell you and you will do it. Okay? It's about setting clear goals for your students. It's about using a whole range of instructional strategies. And really speaking, once you've done all of this, you end up with creating a safe environment and culture for using assessment for learning, where students don't feel afraid to give an answer. Students are not afraid to get involved in a conversation about learning because they know that in your classroom, there's an environment, there's a culture that's safe, where feedback is celebrated and failure is used as a stepping stone to success.